this loan disbursement business is one of the simplest businesses in terms of disbursements. You can give loans to each one and everyone. But the real crux of this business is in the underwriting part and the eventual collections. So
Correct.
सो वहां पे आप कितना एग्रेसिव होते हैं कलेक्शंस में? The social media is replete with all these examples of recovery agents, doing their own tactics to make
Yeah,
sure that the customer pays back. Yeah.
absolutely. Let me see, you rightly pointed out, but let me just make a distinction very clear. Lending business can be easy, can be difficult, but the most difficult part is to underwrite the customer. If you
Hmm.
don't underwrite the customer, there can be the risk can even not be managed by any level of collection. And on the underwriting, there are two aspects which becomes important, which we have mentioned obviously. One is, of course, to establish what is the capability of a customer to pay. If the capability is not there, there's no way that a customer can produce money out of somewhere. And the second part that one has to take care is that you are not dealing with a fraud customer, right? In a world where there are any and every kind of fraud which happens on the UPI or otherwise, all kind of technology related fraud, there is a very comprehensive system that one has built only to address those underwriting related thing and the fraud related thing right at the source. Now,
Hmm.
having said that, on the collection aggressive practices, I can tell you there are no aggressive practices which are pursued, and the reason for that, beyond the practice that we followed, there is a myth which exists in Indian market that collection is all about knocking on the door and showing aggression. Absolutely not. So the simple point is, RBI has outlined very, very clear, lucid guidelines on what is this is called FPC Fair Practice Code in terms of how you have to engage the customer. These has things like when you can do it, what time is accepted versus not, what are the medium that you can use it. And we being a responsible NBFC plus a fintech company who is creating an example for others also, we follow a very high degree of compliance and adherence to the guidelines laid out by RBI. So it is
Hmm.
actually not true at all that people follow aggressive practices. The reality of India is that if you just go and meet the customer and there is a knock on the door, people pay. A large majority, not all. And the ones who are very recalcitrant for whatever reason, right? They've gotten into bad situation, etc., etc. They of course struggle to pay, and that becomes the losses. What you see in the book.